Hey guys, it's Jill, and this video is going to be a reading vlog. I'm going to be reading, it's upside down, but I'm going to be reading Kingdom of the Wicked. This one, to my knowledge, is fantasy, and there's also a romance to it, so I'm really excited. And I haven't read a fantasy book in so long. I was going to read the ACOTAR series first, but I decided to read this first because I have finals this month, so I want to wait to read ACOTAR until after that so I can be a little bit more relaxed. I'm going to get right into it now, but I will update really soon. Hey guys, it's the next day and I'm only on page 37 right now. Also, before I go any further, this video will have spoilers. I forgot to say that in the intro, so I thought I would say it now. But I think this is the part where she meets Wrath because she feels like she's being followed, and then she just said that she saw a man, and yeah, I think this is when they meet. So far, her grandma has been really drilling into her sister Victoria and her, saying you need to be careful going out at night, you should only stay on main roads because there's danger lurking. And what are they called? The bad guys, but I can't think of what their names are right now. I'm still trying to get used to the whole fantasy aspect of figuring out what everything is. Okay, just kidding. I think I'm wrong. I don't think it's Wrath, but she did just find her dead sister. So, well, I think so, right before chapter 5. So that's terrifying. And the guy that she saw had a dagger in his hand and she saw blood and everything, but I guess the body was covered in something, so she couldn't recognize who it was until she pulled back the shroud. So her and her sister, who is now dead, they are witches, and this is set in Italy. And they mentioned how there are people that are out to get witches. I forget the name of it, but like witch hunters. But I'm pretty sure that's probably who killed Victoria. Even though it's pretty much still the start of the book and I didn't really get to know Victoria, it's still pretty sad because the grandma was just so adamant about being safe and protecting themselves. But I guess there's still the possibility that Wrath could have been the hunter. But wait, what's it say in the back? No, Wrath is one of the wicked, but I guess the wicked could have killed her too. So I ended up being right, and the person that she saw initially that was hunched over her sister after they killed her, that was Wrath, but he just ran away. So after the death of her sister, obviously her family and her were so devastated, and she promised to herself that she would find the killer and get vengeance and kill him. So that's when she got this spell to summon whoever the killer was, and then Wrath came. And at that time, once she realizes it's him, she tries to kill him with the dagger and doesn't succeed. And he also said that during her summoning, because she did a spell with her witch stuff, and he said that she marked him, whatever that means. I don't know if it's like a relationship thing, like, I don't know, I'm thinking Twilight, about how Jacob did that to Bella's baby. Anyway, I don't know if that's what that means, but the encounter ends with them both agreeing that they're gonna pretty much kill each other next time they run into each other. So I am going to leave it at that for now. I'm going to start studying after I take Cookie for a walk. So I'll probably study for a little bit and then read a little bit more, and then I will update later. Okay, so it's the next day. I'm on page 109 and chapter 15. So the second encounter with Wrath, it was funny because she was laughing at him with the whole one day you'll call me death thing, and she's like, yeah, okay buddy. It ends up that he actually wasn't the one that killed Victoria, and he wants to work with her actually to figure out why she was killed and find the murderer. So he offered to do a blood trade with her, which is, I think they just like exchange blood. This would make her protected under House Wrath, which is like his house, or I don't know exactly. But that would make her protected so she'd be safe, and also he would have to also just protect her. Sorry, I realized it doesn't mean that he has to protect her, it means that he just can't hurt her. So we'll see if she still hasn't agreed to it yet and he's still like trapped in the area where she did the spell. But who knows if he's telling the truth, whether it was him or not that actually killed Victoria. I don't think it was, but I'm not exactly sure. Also, his brother's involved somehow, which hasn't been made especially clear yet. I'm sure before the 3 days are up, because he's trapped until 3 days, that she will accept his blood trade. But for now, she's just trying to do things on her own. So far, I think I'm liking it. I haven't been super confused yet with the whole fantasy aspect. Maybe just mildly confused. But I think it will be better as I keep reading, just so I get a better sense of everything that's going on. Okay, so she found Victoria's diary and wanted to read it and tried to open it to see if there were any clues about her death in it. However, there was a spell on it that didn't allow her to open it. So she tried to ask her friend to see if they knew anything, because it was like in a different enchantment from another realm that locked it, so she wasn't sure how to unlock it. But then there were some sketchy things kind of going on, so she didn't want her friend to be in danger, so then she took it back and was like, you know what, it's okay, I can just take it. Then she met Wrath's brothers. It's kind of weird because they both asked her to be a part of their house and offered protection, but I don't really know exactly what that means yet. And they don't explain it until, or they haven't explained it thus far. So yeah, I'm sure though that she'll, out of all the 3 brothers, I think there's only 3, that she would obviously choose Wrath's, because I don't know, I feel like that makes the most sense. And then a few chapters later, in the one I just finished, she was able to actually open the diary using just like a little bit of her blood. I mean, that seems easy enough. So she opened it and she found out that these amulets, I think they're necklaces, that her and her sister have been wearing pretty much their whole lives, they are actually devil horns, and these can open and close the gates of hell. So there are people, I don't know if it's like Wrath's brothers, but people are after them because I guess they want to open the gates or something. But she, at the end of this last chapter, she just lost it because someone broke into her house. I think it was associated with the one of Wrath's brothers. I forget his name, but someone that works for one of the brothers, he like broke into her house, injured her grandma, which is rude, and then took her amulet without even noticing. Afterwards, she just like feels it to see if anything's there, and she realizes it's gone. So she's like probably gonna freak out now. And I am on chapter 20. I'm kind of, no, not even halfway through yet, like almost. But I think that's going to be it for tonight. Also, I asked Paul to get me a book from Amazon because Indigo didn't have it, but I got Binding 13 in the mail today, and I'm so excited to read this because I've seen a few different TikToks and a few just different people in general talking about this book, and I think I'm gonna read it in another reading vlog that will hopefully be coming soon. But this book is huge. I didn't even realize how big it is. Like, even just like size-wise, it's really big in comparison. Like, it's pretty big, and it's also pretty thick too. I think it's almost 600 pages. So I feel like it's probably gonna take me a while to read, but yeah, I'm excited to read it nonetheless. And yeah, so I will talk tomorrow, but that's going to be it for tonight. Hey guys, it is I think the next day since I last. I'm just going through this kind of slow because I've also been studying, so I haven't had as much time to like sit down and read it really fast. But now I'm on page 273, chapter 35, and honestly, I would say for the past 10-ish chapters, I feel like nothing has really happened. So she was trying to get the amulet back, her sister's I think, and she actually got it back from this snake creature I think, and it attacked her, but then of course Wrath saved her after that. And then they were kind of allies and trying to work through this mystery together. I just feel like I've been getting through this a little slowly. I do like Amelia, the main character girl. Wrath, I'm like whatever about. He's okay. She finds out that they're bonded for life, and not in like a friendship way. They're like betrothed at this point, which she didn't know when they were doing when it was happening. So she was really upset about that, and she said to herself that, and she said to him that they are not going to be working together anymore to figure out the mystery or whatever, and that she would just figure it out on her own, even though she kind of needs the help of Wrath, because Wrath's brothers are pretty heavily involved in this whole thing. Also, I think in another clip I said that I thought he had 3 brothers, but he mentions later that he actually has 6, so there's a bunch for them to deal with, I guess. But in terms of the romance, because it does say on the back that it does say that there's kind of a romance. Anyways, to my knowledge, when I was going into this, I thought there was going to be more romance, and it's more so a slow burn between Amelia and Wrath, and she doesn't even want to admit that she kind of likes him, and we don't get his point of view, so we don't know, but based off his actions, and it kind of just seems like he's into her too, but I just feel like I need more from them. And also she says that she's not going to work with him anymore, but she's moving in with him at this point because she doesn't want her family. She doesn't want to live with her family because she's scared that one of the demons or something are going to hurt her family, because they already hurt her grandmother, so she wants to keep her family safe. But she just said she didn't want to work with Wrath, so they're not working together, but they're living together, or they're about to live together, which is kind of strange. But I think I'm going to be finishing this today. I only have about 100 pages left, so I will do a final update soon. So last night I finished Kingdom of the Wicked. So what happened was that Amelia found out that Wrath, by one of Wrath's brothers, that Wrath, he has to sacrifice his soul for him to be freed from hell, and she was pretty upset with this because she thinks that it's her that he's going to sacrifice. So she asked him about it, and he said he like didn't really answer her really, but after that she just realized that she couldn't really trust him. And then her family was all held captive in their home by one of Wrath's brothers, and the grandma saved them all. But the grandma said to her, you need to leave and you need to go, because I guess something about a prophecy, and that she has to stop a prophecy, I believe. And then she's like, go Amelia, like get out of here. And Amelia's like, okay, I'm gonna leave, like, but she doesn't really know exactly what she's supposed to do. But then she realizes that the person that's been killing all the witches in the area was actually her friend Antonio. And this was the guy, wait, it was Antonio, right? Yeah, I believe Antonio was his name. But this was the guy that she kind of had a crush on at the start of the show, at the start of the book. And she realized it was him that has been killing people, because he is about to be a, anyway, I can't think of it, but he's really religious. So because of that, he believes that witches are all evil and they're all like terrible people and stuff. So that's why he's been killing the witches. I didn't see it coming, and I didn't think it was going to be him that was killing the witches, but honestly when the reveal happened, I just feel like I didn't even care that much. He was very much a background character. He was in a few scenes but barely. I almost wish it was her best friend or someone that was more prominent in her life. I guess that guy was kind of prominent in her life because she did spend a lot of time with him. Anyway, I don't know, for some reason the reveal to me just wasn't really doing it for me. It ends with her saying that she is going to be, what does it say? That she says, I hope the kingdom of the wicked was ready for a vengeful queen. So now she's going to be queen of the kingdom of the wicked because she is with Wrath now. Oh, also there was like, he borderline died, but he's immortal so he doesn't die, but she saw him being like mutilated, and yeah, that was kind of scary, but he's fine. She saw him, talked to him later. But yeah, so honestly the ending, I was a little bit confused. It is a cliffhanger. I don't think I'm gonna pick up the next book as of right now. I just don't think I'm super into the story enough to continue, honestly. And I don't think it was bad. It was just the start. I liked the start, but then the middle area, I feel like there wasn't that much going on. Even though if I think of it, it seemed like, if I think of the chain of events that happened, it seems like a lot happened. but as I was reading I was like, okay, let's pick it up, like I need some more action here. And then the relationship between Amelia and Wrath, I thought that was kind of sudden or rushed maybe. I feel like if we got his point of view it would have made a little bit more sense, because throughout it she would be thinking that she kind of liked him and kind of had like some thoughts about him. But overall I would still give it 3 stars. I did enjoy it. It took me a little bit longer than I thought it would take for me to read. I mean, it was only, not only, but it was 370-ish pages, and it took me like all week to read, which I feel like I normally read books faster. But again, I'm also really busy in school right now, so that was probably why. But yeah, I would give this 3 stars. I think I will probably continue the rest of it at some point. Not at this moment. I kind of want to read like a silly romance or maybe a thriller right now. But that's going to be the end of this reading vlog. If you've read Kingdom of the Wicked, let me know what you thought about it in a comment down below, or let me know any book recommendations that you have for me there. Don't forget to also like and subscribe to my channel for more book content. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in a new video soon. Bye.